Test, test. Welcome, welcome everyone. I'm John. This is the crypto channel of John, and let's take a look what the cryptocurrency world is doing today. We have a bit of a downside in the market at this point. Seems to be that most of the cryptocurrencies are a bit downwards, except the flow went nicely up today or this week. 36% today, so that's a nice gaining for somebody that's in flow. If you are in flow, take some profit. But for the most of the cryptocurrencies, we are in a downtrend still, like we have been for quite a while. Let's take a look first of all what Bitcoin is doing, and Bitcoin is 4% decreased. That means that most of the cryptocurrencies are in a downtrend, like you can see. Let's take a look at the chart at this point, where we are and how it's looking. It's quite normal looking. We can still go up both sides. It's not set that we will be continuing going downwards at this point. We still have like 3 days to go before the end of the week, and we are just like making a top tweezer at this point, so this still means that we can go both sides. On one day just sideways or 1 week sideways is always possible. We would still be in this trend line. If you are under this trend line, that means that we still could go sideways or downwards. In the daily chart on Bitcoin, you can see that we are still in this sideways trend. So let me take a look at the live map. Like you can see, we are still in this trend line that I've drawn for quite a while now. My marker is still here. Like I said yesterday or 2 days ago, that we would be able to hit this part, and we are perfectly going down to this area to support these testing. So that would be nicely that we are testing these levels, especially for here and here. You can see that we have 2 levels that are straight away on this point, so that would be beautiful if we hit this, and then we can continue upwards. If you are doing continuously upwards, we can measure a bit how much that would be. Let's take this from here to here. Let's extend this one out. If we would hit upwards, that would be meaning that we could hit these pretty high levels. So like I said before, always that means 28,000, so that would be perfectly in the area I have drawn for quite a while now. And that would be beautiful to see that we are hitting up that level. For now, we still have to be patient to be knowing I'm still shorting this part. So if we hit this level, I'm out of my trade. I said 2 days ago that my trade did not make that much profit, but I'm again in the profit. Like, if you have patience enough, you can just keep doing this quite lovely. We have seen this done by done, so we went up, down, and we had already 2 points, 1, 2, here another 1, 2, 2, so that means 1, 2, 1, 2, so that means that you can just start trading in these areas. So short until here, I'm out of my trade around 22,000, so I will be out of this trade, especially because I'm not sure that we will hit this bottom here, so I'm out on around 22,000, but my stop loss is going very fast with this trade to go inwards. Why am I doing this? To make sure that we can hit this level, of course, and to make sure that I'm definitely in profit. Ethereum is made a test and is hitting now 1500 would be nice to see. 60 is still in 1600, so this one did not decrease that much, so that's nicely to see. I thought it would be doing a whole lot less good. At this point we can just have patience and see what happens. Let me take the relative strength index and take a look what we are doing at the relative strength index. It looks like that we are decreasing a bit, going a bit downwards by both. As long as we are above 50, that means that we're still in uptrend for this part, of course. In the total we are still in a downtrend, but we have been in a downtrend for quite a while. Bitcoin is the same, we're above 50 still, so that means that we are still slowly moving upwards. But like I said, we had a lower high here on the relative strength index a few days ago, I said this, and that is never a good sign. That means normally that we are heading lower. As long as we stay above this lower high, that would be lovely to see. That means that we still have a chance of continuous slowly going upwards. That would mean that we still can go here 58, and that means that we could end up in this area again. As soon as we cross the 23,500, 24,000 in the area of 25, that means that we will definitely go up to this area. Why? Because there is no way that he would stop anywhere in between this area. There is nothing here. If you go back in time, you can see also here there is a small bit here, but we are now testing that level, and if we pass this level again that we are here, there is nothing in between here, so there's nothing but air, and air means that we are going straight up again to this prior high in here. We did not back test this level, so that means that would be lovely to see that we are heading back up to these prior high levels. That's it for Bitcoin and Ethereum at this point. We have to be patient. Like I said before, I'm shorting still Ethereum at this point. I would love to see him hit 1400 and a bit, so I'm shorting this part until we are getting to these prior low levels. That would be lovely to see, or even lower. Here was the same. This one was higher than this one. You can also put a beautiful trend line on here. You can see this now beautiful. And that means that we are definitely going downwards. You can see this one was higher than here, but still on the relative strength index was this one higher than this one. That means that we are going down even if the trend is still upwards. So make sure, people, it could be the end of the uptrend that we were doing for here, and that means if we do not change position on the relative strength index, that we are definitely going downwards, like we are doing now at this point. Like you can see, this is a beautiful downwards trend again, and that could even be measured from here, I guess. I hope I'm still in the live session at this point. Let me take a look first of all. Okay, I'm still live. Happy that I'm still here. I will put on myself that I can see if I'm chatting. If anybody wants to ask anything, you can always. And I do want to let people know too that I learned something new today again, or this week, and that is that still you need to let money work for yourself instead of working for money. I know a lot of people are still doing a job and are letting money not work for them. It's not easy if you are just starting with everything. I know I've been there, I've done it too, and we all have to go through it. If you ever want to be financially free, you will need to be able to do this for yourself, of course. I cannot do that for you. You will have to do it for yourself, of course. And being financially free means that you have less expenses than you are having outgoing money, of course. That means that your income is greater than your expenses without having to work, of course. Then you have all the time to use your time for anything that you want. And one of these good things to do is then you can start some passive incomes. If you want to do some, I can give you a few. Are they all easy to do? Some are, some aren't. But still, you have to get to know yourself and know what your life goal is. Do you want to continue giving all your time to someone else, or do you want to make sure that you earn some money? Because I calculated this today and I was quite amazed. If you are earning 1600 euros a month and you have a house renting around 700 euros, that means that you only really earn spill for yourself is 900 euros. If you only earn 900 euros in a month, that's what you're working for, because a home, yeah, it's a shelter, but you really don't need that. And that's just the home bill. So if you mean like if you have 250 euros electrician and water and gas, that's 6,550. Another 50 for internet and telephone and your cell phone, of course. That's only 600. And then you have another 50 euros, make it 100 for gasoline to go to your work and to use for your car, of course, and car expenses, make it 100, and make another 400 euros for food. So that's not a lot that you are still having over at the end of the month, and that's even not even that expensive that I count it. So how do you get financially free? I have to tell you, there are a lot of things that you can do. One of the things that I would advise is make sure that you have passive incomes. And what are passive incomes? Is a house a passive income that you bought for yourself, of course, and you live in it? Some people think that's an asset and that you can use it, but really that's not the truth, and that's really not what is going on. If you have a house, that's a liability, that's something where you live in and that you need to live in, but it still costs you money. It's not yours and you don't get it for free. You have to pay rent for it, even if you live in it yourself, and you had a mortgage on it, so you still have the down payment to do. If you want to make sure that you don't have to do all of that and you want to get out sooner, then you let somebody else pay your mortgage. That would be much smarter, of course. If you don't have to pay for that, that means that you have a lot of money to save and that somebody else can be paying your mortgage. So then you have a passive income. Even if you buy a house, you do it up and somebody rents it, and say that your mortgage is 800 euros a month, and you let somebody else pay you 900 euros of 850, that means that you made by the end of the month 100 euros. What is great, because each month you get 100 euros for doing nothing and somebody else is paying off the house. So that's great. This is a passive income. That's an asset that gives you money. Remember, cryptocurrencies are assets too, if and only if they make money for you. So if you bought Bitcoin at $30,000, then you are minus 8,000 at this point, a bit less. that means that you are not making money at this point. If you have the time and the patience and you can wait until it reaches above 30,000 again, then it's an asset, because then it made you money. At this point, you would be not in a gaining position, and it did not make any money for you, of course. So there are a lot of things that you can have as a passive income. Writing a book and selling it is some kind of passive income. You worked for it once and then it generates you money. A web shop is some kind of passive income if you don't have to do the sending and anything else. A business is a passive income if you don't work in it. If you let a lot of other people do the job for you, and that you are just a supervisor, come inside, look at the bills, look at the incomes, the outgoings, and make sure that somebody else is running the place for you. You do have to have the knowledge how to do that, of course, but that's way to do. So make sure if you ever do a job, just an employee job, that you don't do it for the money, because then you give your own power away for cash. And don't tell me that you love your job, or that you needed to pay bills, or that you get an excuse for something else to do. That's not how it works. And that's not a good mindset at all. If you want to get rid of that mindset, great. Do so as fast as possible. The best mindset that you can have is, I'm just doing this to buy more assets so they can give me more money. Let me give you an example. Say that you want to go in yield node and you need 500 euros to do that. Instead of buying a new TV, you can save 500 euros perfectly. You put it in yield, and this money generates you 5% by the end of the month. So you gained 25 euros and you have 525 by next month. Again, a month later, it gives you maybe 8% that month. So you gained 42 euros, and still your money is increasing. After a month of 10, say that you have almost doubled your money, make it now doubled. So now you have 1,000 euros saved without having to do anything. This money is making you money, so that's good. Another way that something can make you money is a mining installation. That's something that you can do. If you have money enough, buy real estate and making sure somebody else is paying it for you. That's one way to make also money. And if you want to learn a lot more about these things, just leave me a comment. I will always lovely to explain you guys how to do it, of course. Let me take a look at Gala. I love this coin. I really can't get enough of this one. Like everything is going downwards. You still have time now, so this one has just been added. This one will go also back to like 5 cents, so you can short this if you want to. Gala has a nice short position at this point. That's 10%. Well, that's a nice gain, I must say. It's just a pointer, people. Just that you know. Bitcoin decreased by 1%. Gala always ends up. I hope I'm still online. My internet got a bit of interruption at this point. Okay, I'm still online. So, like I said before, the 26th, he's down completely at the bottom. No, it was the same time. But like you can see, Bitcoin made a beautiful candle that day. What did Gala do? Candle, but he still had some time left and he was slowly further up. He's now on the top side. Bitcoin is now already here somewhere. So he can go back to at least 5 cents. Yeah, I would see him go back to here, at least, before he continues going back up to the upper side. He still has some area for the split too, so let me take a relative strength index. So we just made a high, higher high, That's beautiful to see. Higher low too. So we should go one more time to the 60s and then continues to back downwards. Gala follows now really beautiful Bitcoins. And now Matic is still could come back down too. He made a lower high, even if it's higher. He went a bit higher here, so, and he even made a lower high, quite significant. Yeah, the overall market, it seems like that we're going down. Seems not that we're going upwards somewhere soon. Oh, this one is already on the downside of his trend line, so I hope he does not break. Otherwise, Solana would could drop quite significant, even to 26 again, or even lower to 5.15 something. That would be a bargain if you get back into Solana like 15 euros or dollars. It's just that you know, because Solana has some quite significance, definitely has potential to go back up, because it's a nice blockchain, has some nice technology behind it, some nice people working on it, and because also it's the sun, the soleil, of course. You can look it up. That means sun. And that was about it for today. I hope somebody learned something. Was not my best day, but okay. I hope you all the best of all, and I see you all in the next one. Ciao.